paper analysis for 13th of February 2024. Now, let us start with today's agenda of the day, where we'll be talking about the editorial section, which relates to Uttarakhand Uniform Civil Code bans polygamy. Here's a look at some data which we have taken from the Indian Express. Then we'll be discussing, as per our schedule, the news update, and lastly, the legal news update of the day. Now, let us start with the Uttarakhand Uniform Civil Code, which have banned the polygamy. So let us discuss some context behind this. So Uttarakhand Legislative Assembly has passed the Uniform Civil Code Bill 2024 after 2-day discussion. The bill brings uniformity in personal laws governing things such as marriage, divorce, and inheritance across communities in the state, excluding tribunals. Among other things, it extends the rule of monogamy to the Muslim community. One of the conditions for solemnizing a marriage is that neither party has a spouse living at the time of marriage. This clause already existed in the Hindu Marriage Act 1955, but Muslim personal law, guys, here too allowed men to have 4 wives. Now, limitation of this particular data. Now, government data on polygamy can be obtained from 2 main sources. The first is the decadal census, and the second is the National Family Health Survey. Both have certain limitations. The census does not directly collect data on polygamy. Rather, its incidence is inferred from the difference in the number of married men and number of married women in the country. More married women than men point to the prevalence of situations where men have married more than once. However, polygamy alone may not be responsible for this gap. It can also be explained by men going abroad to work, leaving their spouses back at home. Moreover, the most recent census was held in 2011, more than a decade back. Now, the National Family Health Survey has been held more recently and asked women a more direct question. Beside yourself, does your husband have other wives? Unlike the census, however, it does not look at the whole population. The last major government study on polygamy was conducted in the year 1974. It had found that Buddhists, Jain, and Hindus had higher rates of polygamy than Muslims. Now, what does the census data say? According to the census of 2011, there are 28.65 married men in India compared to 29.3 crore married women. Now, the difference between the two numbers can be explained either by the incidence of polygamy or men going abroad. That's all. Now, the highest discrepancy in the population of married men and women can be found among Hindus, followed by Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Sikhs, and Buddhists. However, when compared to their respective shares in the total population, Muslims and Christians report the greatest difference. Now, NFHS data show the prevalence of polygamy. The percentage of women who reported their husband had other wives was highest among Christians, followed by Muslims and Hindus. Looking at the religion, overall, scheduled tribes reported the highest incident at 2.4%. The June 2022 study by the International Institute of Population Sciences titled Polygamy in India, Levels and Differentials analyzed data from NFHS 3, 4, and 5. It shows that polygamy marriages, one man married to more than one woman at a time, have decreased from the year 2005-6 to 2019-2021. Buddhists who reported 3.8% incident of polygamy saw the sharpest dip by 1.3%. The incident of polygamy in the total population fell by 26.31%. So basically, we cannot say that polygamy per se exists in Muslim. It exists overall in all the religions, but the data speaks otherwise. So let us see Uniform Civil Code bans polygamy in terms of every different religion. Now, UPI services to be launched in Sri Lanka, Mauritius on February 12. So, India's unified payment interference Services will be rolled out in Sri Lanka and Mauritius at a virtual ceremony on Monday that will be witnessed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and top leadership of two island nations. UPI is an instant real-time payment system to facilitate inter-bank transaction through mobile phones. The launch of the Indian services in Sri Lanka and Mauritius is taking place amid New Delhi's increasing bilateral economic ties with the two countries. So UPI services to be launched in Sri Lanka and Mauritius. CBDC, that is Central Bank Digital Currency, big update. Soon use RBI Digital Rupee for offline transaction. The Reserve Bank of India has announced the programmability and offline functionality of Central Bank Digital Currency. Now, Central Bank Digital Currency Retail Pilot currently enables person-to-person and person-to-merchant transaction using Digital Rupee wallet provided by Pilot Bank. Now, what is CBDC? The full form of CBDC is Central Bank Digital Currency, and it's a legal tender issued by Reserve Bank of India. India versus Australia Under-19 World Cup highlights. Australia defeated India in the third straight ICC tournament final, this time to be crowned the new Under-19 champions as the men in blue rotten luck in the summit clashes continue. The men's team had lost to the Aussies in the World Test Championship and 2023 ODI final, and now the Under-19 lost the title to their rivals. NITI Aayog prepares plan for economic transformation of 4 cities, which include Mumbai and Varanasi. So NITI Aayog has prepared a plan for economic transformation of Mumbai, Surat, Varanasi and Vizag and help India become a developed economy by 2047. Last year, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde had held a meeting with NITI Aayog officials, during which steps needed to make the GDP of Mumbai metropolitan region to $300 billion by 2030. Switzerland tourism honors Neeraj Chopra with plaque at Jungfrau's Ice Palace. Prime India's Olympic and world champion javelin thrower Neeraj Gupta had been honored with a plaque at the Ice Palace, known as the Top of Europe in Switzerland. Acknowledging Chopra's accomplishments, they welcomed him to unveil the commemorative plaque. Now, let us understand Neeraj Chopra's medal tally and awards, which would be a very good exam takeaway for you. First, track and field athlete from India to win Olympic gold at Tokyo 2020. Topped the podium at World Athletics Championship 2023 in Budapest and become India's first ever world champion in any athlete discipline. In 2018 was conferred with the Arjuna Award, Vishisht Seva Medal in 2020. South India's first transgender railway ticket inspector, Sindhu Ganapathy, appointed as the first trans woman traveling ticket examiner of Southern Railways, marks a significant milestone in the journey towards inclusivity and acceptance in the Indian workforce. Now, after 18 months, Ms. Ganapathy decided to rejoin the railways. Now, on 8th July 2017, Joyita was appointed as a judge in the Lok Adalat at Islampur, West Bengal. Narendra Kumar Yadav, IRS first civil servant, appointed as a brand ambassador for Fit India Movement. The Fit India Movement, a flagship initiative of the Government of India envisaged by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, takes a significant leap forward with the appointment of Narendra Kumar Yadav, Additional Director GST, as its new brand ambassador. Narendra Yadav made history by becoming one of the youngest Indian Revenue Service officer in 2009, achieving his feat in his first attempt. The Fit India Movement is a nationwide initiative with the aim of encouraging Indians to incorporate physical activity and sports into their daily lives. Now, Conservative ex-PM Alexander Stubb elected Finland president. Finland's Conservative former Prime Minister Alexander Stubb has won Sunday's presidential election. Final results show He secured 51.6% vote, while his Green Party rival Pekka Haavisto, the former foreign minister, had 48.4%, very slight margin. It is the first election since Finland joined the NATO military alliance. Finland officially became the Washington-led alliance 31st member last April. Mr. Stubb will officially assume office on 1st March, replacing Sauli Niinisto. Now, coming up to the legal update by the Supreme Court, appointment of Deputy Chief Minister not unconstitutional. So, Supreme Court dismissed the PIL challenging the appointment of Deputy Chief Ministers in various states as being violative of Article 14. So, the court has opinion that the Deputy Chief Minister was first a minister within the state government and the position was merely a label and nothing more. The CJ expressed that even a Deputy Chief Minister was a minister first and that the post of Deputy Chief Minister was only a label and it's not unconstitutional. Case name, Public Political Party versus Union of India. Application seeking further investigation can be treated as protest in petition. Recently, the Supreme Court observed that an application seeking further investigation can be treated as a protest petition if the application prima facie establishes the commission of offences. The court said that although the proper course of the appellant would have been filed to protest petition instead of filing it under 173 subclause 8, it added that a petition should not be rejected merely because it is filed under a wrong caption. Now, guys, if you want to revise your previous TNA, do watch the description, the quiz link that is mentioned in the description of this particular video. If you like this video, do subscribe our channel. That would be very helpful for us to grow. Do like this particular video, share with your friends and family members. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself.